Well, going back next to the next thing, that is form. Now you've seen a list. What is a form? Well, if you guys remember in our school days, if there is something, an activity or an event is going on, they ask us to fill up a form. So what they do, they fill up the form, and if 100 students fill the form, all the data is going to be into a table. So that table is the list. So if any record has to to be inserted into the list, then the form is the basic way from the record entries come in. So form is a content page which displays the fields and values for a single record from a database table. Yes, it can show you or you can create within the same form. So if already any record is just ready, as I've shown you the instant record, I'll click on that and I'll show you how a form view will look. Now, forms are opened from modules in the application navigator or by clicking record numbers in the list. Now, as I said, if I just click a record number, you'll start seeing them. And there are many other sections. I'll just talk about that sections, like where what are the different tabbed sections you have, what are the different views you have, the annotations you have. Yeah, so let's get on to the forms. That is, I'll just click on this number. Just imagine I've clicked on this number. This is the form view. You can see these are the sections I was talking about. There are related links. So this is the form and this is how it looks. You can see all the fields, the number, the color, the category, the subcategories, the configuration items. So these are the different columns of the table incident. So you can just give the number gets actually pre-populated. You need to give your name, who is the caller, what category, so what is the issue you have. You can even attach some things, and these are the related records. Is there any related record or resolution information? So these things can be actually put it down in this section wise, but the scrolling makes too longer extent, so that's why they are tabbed up to things here. So this is how the form looks, and you can see the sections are nothing but the logical groups. So you can see here, these are the different sections, they are logically related to each other. View. Now form can have multiple views, like if you see, you click here, are there any other views you can see? You can just see here, this is the default view. There is some different view called mobile view, the matrix view. So if there is any advanced view, yes, you can even see the different advanced views. So this is how, and the annotations within here, you can see there is something in the more options. You can toggle the template bar. Okay, so maybe if I go to some other one, I might start seeing. If I click on something called SLA definition, just don't need to worry what these are. I just want to show you what actually the annotations look like. Yeah, so if you see, this form has something called toggle template or toggle annotations on and off. Annotations are nothing but, see, these help you in understanding what you're doing and what can be done. So there is something called start condition for this. So this explains why actually you require a start condition and what it does. So this, if you feel like you're good enough to understand the entire things in ServiceNow, you can always turn it off so that you just don't see these messages. So this is about the annotations. Well, as I was talking about the search within the list, there are many different searches which can be done in a different ways. It's not like always you go with the custom search. You can just directly search there with some wildcards. Like if you use asterisk, it means that you want to see what all contains within the search term. Or if you use the percentile within the word, that is also used in the same way, the way you use this asterisk. Now if there is single percentile, then it means all the values that end with the search term. And the same thing, if you give end, like something called ABC, so and a percentile is in front, it means you want to search that end with ABC. If you want to do the same thing with the start, then you just move it to the last. And this is the perfect exact equal search. And this is the not containing. You can see this always represents not, so that does not contain the search term, and that does not end with the search term. This is not equal to search term. So these are the different things which are available within ServiceNow. These are the different searches. So this is about the ServiceNow instance creation and understanding the basic things within the ServiceNow UI. In the next tutorial, you will see the ServiceNow Studio. That's the place, or you can say the ServiceNow Studio is something, the IDE of integrate, you can say the IDE for ServiceNow development, application development. I'll go through you to the ServiceNow Studio and how can we create application. We'll be creating some interesting application, and we'll continue with the same application in the coming tutorial, so that from this tutorial, maybe at the end of the ServiceNow tutorials, you might see a good informed shape, in a good shape, an application where you can just understand the real power of ServiceNow. I hope this session has been informative. So I suggest you guys to go back, create your instance, and play around with the lists and the forms so that you understand different things. Thank you.